Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is DSP News, the unreliable ones. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newsroom and welcome to the Goutopia News Network, your unreliable source for DSP News. This is the Snort Report. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, it wouldn't actually be the Snort Report without a warm and welcoming cup of Snortbucks coffee. Snortbucks coffee, the official brand, the official coffee of the Detractor community. You can taste that sweet and salty in every drop. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at one of our favorites, Snort Burnell, Dspgaming. Without money, there's no fun. Neither chill streams. Ladies and gentlemen, as you guys know, money's been a little bit low, it's been a bit strained in the world of DSP DarkSidePhil, Phil Burnell. And the chill streams for a little while, for a little while, was kind of like the kill stream for Ralph for a little while. It was, well, with Ralph it was enormously successful, but for Phil, right, it mirrors that and on a much lower, on a much downgraded scale, to say the very least. For a little while, the chill streams were a thing, okay? A lot of good bait came out of it, a lot of gold dust came out of it. Phil made himself a little bit of money that he could curl up with at night with his little PayPal credit card or whatever the case may be. There was fun to be had all around. But things have slowed down a little bit. After Phil's outburst against Tevin on Tevin's birthday, I don't know if I've done that recording yet at the time that I've done this recording. Probably not, but I will. But since that outburst, things have kind of died out a little bit. Now, am I saying that that's a coincidence? Anything's possible. In any case, the desperation's on. The heat is on, if you will. Haven't even started cooking bacon yet. Haven't even put the pan on the stove, and the heat's already on. So Phil needs to appeal to the pig cult, to the piggies, the pay piggies, that hey, I need you guys to come out and I need you guys to support these chill streams, because if not, there'll be no more chill streams. But then is Phil going to stop the streams at night? Well, no, he's not. He's just going to go ahead and revert to something else that works. And he'll just run that into the ground, and then it's just an ongoing, endless vortex of just failure upon failure upon failure. Ladies and gentlemen, when you find something that works, yeah, okay, and especially when you're doing it for a living, you want to try to expand on it. You want to try to have other avenues so you have other options, because you never know when something fizzles or fades out, or if it just becomes stale. Doesn't have to completely burn out like Phil's career and his life and everything else. It could just grow stale. It could grow stagnant. So you want something, so you want to kind of insert something else in there so you have options. So you have choices. And Phil never seemed to understand that. If he can find anything that draws people's interest, he'll keep running with it and drive it straight into the goddamn ground. Then he appeals for help. Then eventually he'll figure out he'll try something else, usually something that's been asked of him for months on end. It works. He drives that into the ground, and then over and over and over snort. With that being said, I think the chill streams are just another example. As you guys know, if you followed the channel for any bit of time, I think the night streams or the chill streams, they need to be killed off altogether. See how I went ahead brought the kill stream back into that. Sometimes I'm clever. Anyway, I feel like he needs to just go ahead and get rid of the night streams altogether. Stream early, stream longer, and then get the fuck out of my face. That's pretty much what he should do. He won't, but that's what he should do. But eventually he'll come to terms and come to the realization that either something has to go. Something has to go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and go over this very fast. So the first stream of the day starts at what? 10:30, 10:45, depending on how much he drank the night before. First stream starts, which is really just a pre-stream. which means it's just like 20 minutes of garbage music, and then we go ahead and get into him talking. That runs for about an hour, hour and a half. Then we actually get into some actual gameplay. That's about noon at that point. 11:45 noon, give or take. Then we play till what, 4:30? And then he comes back at what, 7:30? And streams till like 9, maybe 10. Does that sound like that's useful at all? The 3 hours that he takes for a break, which, whatever. The 3 hours he takes for the break is theoretically his peak time for viewership. So he needs to get up earlier, ask either him or ask his wife to make him a hearty breakfast, and start streaming earlier. Instead of streaming at 10:30, and which is kind of dumb in itself, stream at 8. Go ahead and do the pre-stream from 8 to 9:30, hell, even 10 o'clock, and then start streaming. Go ahead and stream up until, I'd say, like 6, to be honest. And then that's it. He has the rest of the day to himself. That break in between is unnecessary. And Phil can still take his little 10 or 15 minutes to use the bathroom, or to stalk his own chat, or whatever it is that he calls for his break anyway, or to look up guides. He can still pull all that off and still maximize his time. That 3 hours does nothing. All he does is kill any momentum, if he even had any, during that peak. It's just really stupid. And for somebody who allegedly has a business background, you would think he would understand that. You would think for someone who has done whatever it is that he does for the last 10, almost 11 years, he would have an understanding of what his peak times are, what his down times are, where he has an opportunity to best grip not only his own audience, but to bring more people in, and when he doesn't, dead time or dead air, if you will. And yet he still hasn't figured this out. But then again, he doesn't even know how to stream. He doesn't even know how to stream properly. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have been on the Fight Club channel, or if you've seen, if you've been over there with Agent Proper, shouts out to Agent Proper, you guys have seen all the old footage. He used to talk a whole lot more by himself, recording for YouTube videos, than he does on stream, which is supposed to be an interactive stream. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't understand what interactive means. I don't know. Interactive, Phil, doesn't just mean people throw you money and then you talk to them. They could go to any strip club and get that. You're supposed to sit there and be talkative, which sparks conversation, and then there's back and forth. I don't know what's so hard. I don't understand how that's difficult. And for somebody like Phil, who watches Tevin and who watches Lightside Bill, you would think he'd understand that. I don't know. I'm very confused. Maybe he's afraid that Rocky's going to bite him through the computer screen. Probably. I don't know. Whatever. I mean, Jesus Christ, I bite you like 4 or 5 days a week. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming by. And let's go ahead and get into the situation proper, if we will. Because this should be interesting to dissect. And coffee's been served, so we'll go ahead and move that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Snort Report, and this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG Network and Productions. You guys all know the slogan. I don't smell no bacon cooking yet, at all. At all. I do smell my Snort Bucks coffee though, but with a defiant sniff, I don't smell any bacon cooking, which means time to watch me work. You do not know what your peak times are, though. I never understand that. It's so crazy.
It's time to play the game!
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude.
I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Here the Knife Hand just did a 500-bit cheer, biggest cheer of the night. He says, wishing the best to you and Cat. Excited to hear about the surprise. I understand that HBS19 is coming up.
So good. So good. The quality of the bait, though, is ever improving. You would think Phil would, and his piggies would improve too. I mean, look at how the opposition is treating you guys. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with Snort Burnell, Dspgaming. Without money, there's no fun. Neither chill streams. Let's get back to the bait, because that hardcore begging season is right around the corner. And I'd like to tell you guys that I think this season's going to be plentiful. I think it's going to give us a very good harvest. I hope so. I hope so. Here we go.
Decided to do strategy this year. Keep up the good work. I don't know what the hell that even means.
It could be that he's being an asshole. It could be that he's a hardcore begging season or something like it could be an asshole to me. It definitely could be that. I don't know.
Really?
Someone's hiding right beside the house. Well, I don't know how he knew I was in there. At all. There's no way he could have known unless he was stream sniping. So he must have been a stream sniper watching the fucking stream. Because how else would you know I'm in there? Well, nothing I could do about it. Amazing gameplay of a cheater. I love it.
Now, this is one of the things that's been pointed out before also. Tevin's pointed out. I'm pretty sure Lightside Bill's pointed out, as well as others. How is it that you've been playing this game, Black Ops 4, this long, and you don't understand how any of the equipment works? Like, whatsoever. And how did he come to the realization that you sitting there camping has become a thing? You know, or it's always been a thing, actually. It was there before Phil. It'll be there long after him. And it just makes sense to start checking random sheds where there's no activity. It just makes sense. This whole stream sniping thing is no different than when Phil was playing, you know, any fighting game of choice. Insert fighting game here, if you will, that he would end up getting his ass handed to. There has to always be a reason. The funny thing is, though, is that Phil has said in the past that that's all supposed to be just an act. You know what I'm saying? People like to hear the complaining over and over again because they think it's funny. But it's not funny, though. It was never funny, to be honest. All it does is just show what kind of shortcomings that you have. When he wins, it's pig snorting all day. It's squealing to its maximum effect. When he loses, because he made a stupid decision, because laying around stationary for long periods of time is not a good idea. Phil should know that, given how he actually how he conducts himself in life. You would think it's going to be a bad idea and it's going to have some repercussions. Yet again, Phil has never learned, and I don't think he's going to. So he has to go to the next best thing, stream sniping. Like, you need to stream snipe Darkside Phil to kill him. Wings makes a little bit more sense, but Darkside Phil, though, that's what we're doing. That's the caliber of player Phil is, that you have to stream snipe him for what? For the victory? For clout? Can't get any of those things off Phil. It'd be different if you did that to Ninja, like I said, Wings of Redemption, Tfue, Dr. Disrespect, Shroud, you know, somebody who's relevant, you know, people who have futures, things like that. And yes, I threw Wings in there. He could have a future if he wants it bad enough. Anyway, speaking of which, the Wings report will be coming back shortly, so that's a thing. Yay.
Use the sensor? I didn't move, so the sensor wouldn't have fucking worked, stupid.
You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Shut up.
I've had dermatitis before, but not, like, I've never had it as, like, an ongoing thing that doesn't go away. You know, dermatitis can be anything. It could just be dry, itchy skin. It could be a rash. It could be many various things, and I've had a lot of skin. I have shitty skin. I do.
Here's the thing, and this has also been joked about on Kiwi farms. This dude doesn't take baths on the regular, and he didn't become a slob overnight. So, and with Phil logic, and bear with me with this, with Phil logic, oh, I didn't do anything physically exerting today, so there's no really need to take a shower. I'll be fine. And if you're sitting around your house all day, okay, most people would probably let that slide. But Phil, you're in an office for Mr. 12 hours a day. It's really not 12, it's like 6 or 7 hours. Sweating it up and complaining that you're sweating it up. You don't think that's not a good idea to go and take a shower, buddy? Champ? You do that 6 days a week, and you constantly complain about it being hot. When, what was the peak of that? It was like 80. It was like 80 some of those days. It barely broke 80. And yet he's sitting there saying he's sweating like a pig. And I I'm doubtful out of those 6 days he actually showered that day at all. And I'm talking about after his what you would call a stream. So yet again, this is something that I think he's carried on with himself for a very long time. And if he's at that age and he still doesn't know how to take care of his skin, well, there's problems. Obviously, that might also explain why he doesn't leave the house. Just saying. Something to think about. Like I said, even pigs know when they need to get cleaned up.
Skin.
The grease man. The man of grease, covered in grease. Oh my god! Oh, look at the grease! Oh!
Oh! Benefit.
Oh!
Where are we headed?
That is disgusting. Disturbing and disgusting.
That's not only prone to like fucking rashes and itchiness, but also sometimes dryness, but also acne, like the whole gamut of skin problems. That's because my mom has bad skin, so I got her bad skin. It sucks. It's hereditary, so it is what it is. When I was young,
that's also a nice hot meme there, where every issue he's ever had in his life is somebody else's fault. He inherited all their worst faculties. It's amazing. Just imagine what he would have thought if he was actually born with a disability.
Did I ever tell you guys this? I apologize, I can't see any of you talking in stream chat. I had to take...
you probably put on some glasses.
Accutane when I was a kid, because my skin was so bad. I had such bad acne that I had to take Accutane, and Accutane completely fucks up your whole metabolism and your body and everything for the sake of fixing acne. And I had to do it. I had to take it because I was really bad.
No, I don't think I have oily skin because I skip showers sometimes. What even makes you think that I fucking skip showers? What are you talking about?
Well, now...
Because you told us. You've mentioned it before, that's why.
Vin tipped me another $1.02 and says, here's another $1 for your acne treatment. Gee, thanks. The thing is, I don't really need to treat my acne anymore. When I was young, it was absolutely horrendously bad. That's why I need to take Accutane, but now I'm an adult. It's under control. Do I get acne? Yes, I do. Is it annoying? Sure. But is it so bad that it's like, you know, it ruins my fucking life and makes me be in pain and shit all the time? No, it's not like that anymore. So, you know, I got no complaints in that regard. I wish I didn't have it at all, but it's not terrible.
Makes me wonder what your eating habits are like. Granted, though, acne is basically linked to a bunch of shit, but I wonder what his eating habits were anything like how he started on YouTube. I could see that. I could definitely see that. And then, like I said, the lack of bathing.
Any of your other family members have post-nasal drip? My dad has it, so there you go. Pretty much every one of my medical problems I've ever had in my life is because a direct family member near me has it. I did nothing wrong. I did.
So are the Burnell is the Burnell family like a petri dish of just like genetic failures? Like I'm so confused. I really want to see what his cousin looks like. I want to see at least if she came out. I don't want to use the word normal, but intact, I guess. I don't know. Maybe God had an off day. It's possible. No one's perfect. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. And even if you're omnipotent, you can't expect to be perfect. I don't know. I'm so confused now. So confused.
Everything correct?
Then again, that cup of sugar that mommy puts in the penne sauce, it probably ain't helping much either, though. But what are you gonna do?
How the fuck? That's impossible. I could not see him, but he saw me perfectly. That's complete bullshit. Fuck this game.
Ah, the salty tears.
There was no way he could see me because I couldn't see him. He was completely invisible on my screen. I wasn't moving. He magically gets me. Fuck this game.
Oh boy. I'm glad he didn't go to the military because he probably wouldn't have lasted long on the battlefield. I mean, I don't think he'd make it through basic training, but he definitely wouldn't have lasted long if he was deployed. Not at all. Not with that type of thinking.
This game fucking sucks. Complete horseshit. Well, now I gotta refresh everything. Everything died on me.
That's another thing too. Good point by Snort Burnell. Like the sensory device they have looks for campers, and that's all Phil does. Phil has endorsed that, saying that that's how he chooses to play the game because that's what keeps him in the game longer. So first of all, what the hell are you doing out in the middle of that field anyway? That wasn't a smart idea on your point. You should have been looking for cover and found the nearest bathroom. You know what you need to do. You know what your element is. Don't try to step out of it. That's why you get killed so quickly. That's the reason why he started camping in the first place. Because he couldn't win gunfights one-on-one. Eh.
Complete horseshit. Fuck you. Here's the kill cam. Oh, I'd love to see this. Bullshit!
Goddamn, he melted the shit out of you. Ooh, he melted the shit. Ooh, it was so good. It was so good. He melted the hell out of you. Oh. You know how satisfying that was? That was as satisfying as me having my morning cup of Snort Bucks coffee. With that dash, just a dash, just a hint, okay? A hint of cinnamon, a hint of nutmeg. I know you guys might be thinking of eggnog, but we're not there yet. But I love eggnog though, and just a little bit of Irish creamer. I know I just said creamer twice. Sorry. Anyway, just a little bit of Irish cream. It's fantastic. It's as satisfying as that. It really was. Jesus Christ, Phil, you're such an idiot. And the thing is Phil was probably staring right at him too and didn't know it. Because he can't see, you see. See what I did there? Fine snuff.
Bullshit! That made no sense at all. So I was fully visible with no foliage or anything in front of my face on his screen. On my screen, it was full foliage. Full foliage! Fuck this. Fuck Treyarch. They fucking suck. What a bunch of dumb fuck.
Now, let's also talk about something else, too, that's been a hot topic over there on LSB streams about his internet and how bad it is. Now, obviously, he's had some type of internet problems within the last year or so. Instead of letting, I think he has Comcast. Excuse me. Instead of letting Comcast come in and completely address the problem, which probably takes half a day, if even that long, to go in, do a little bit of rewiring, do some testing, and get it all squared away. This idiot right here is like, oh, I'm too busy, I can't do it, so on and so forth, and he wanted them to give him a patchwork, which is why, theoretically, people think that's what the amplifier's for. With that being said, the point being is he's not running on sufficient internet at all. He's paying his little $270, $280 a month for business internet and not even getting the full benefits from it. And won't do anything to change it. It's almost like when he was throwing all that money away on that BMW for the care package that he never used on that either. Same concept. And since he's too stupid and too lazy to go ahead and see that his internet is probably, more often than not, it's the actual problem itself, he wants to just blame everybody else. Now, granted, for him to go as far as he's going with, I'd say, running on half speed, certainly on, he's usually half a step behind, is still he's probably content with it. But to get full internet, right, at its full capability, then he's lost an ability to complain about something. He's lost one of his excuses. Now, am I saying that Phil would be dumb enough to go ahead and basically neuter his own business internet just so he has something to bitch about? I mean, it's Darkside Phil. What do you guys think?
I was completely behind foliage cover on my screen, and there was none there on his screen. None. Okay, fuck off.
All you're getting is salt. Even now, again, my mouth overpowered with salt flavor.
Great game developers. Yeah, this game's competitive. Sure it is. Cody Carl Streets, have you ever taken medication that made you feel worse, side effect-wise? Made me feel overall worse because of the side effects. Oh, man. I mean, I haven't taken a lot of medication in my life. I really haven't. That hasn't been, like, over-the-counter shit. So I really can't tell you in that regard.
Wait a second, what about your depression and that cocktail of medication and so on and so forth? What happened to that? Oh, does that not count? Is that because that was the darker side of Darkside Phil that we don't speak on that? Ah, I see.
I've never really taken many medications that have crazy bad side effects, honestly. The worst was the Accutane that made me feel like super like depressed and emotional and shit during my high school days.
King of Hypocrisy, completely incorrect. I wonder if this is really the King of Hypocrisy. He tipped me $1 and said, oh, you know that your accident on stream is also a crime, right? Wrong, moron!
All I can taste is the saltiness.
Absolutely wrong. Let's see. Absolutely no nudity. Absolutely no true sexual content whatsoever. It was just not even audio, just me making faces. You're a fucking idiot. You're a complete and utter fucking idiot, whoever sent me that tip. Sadly, I don't know if that's really king of hypocrisy or not. Golden Cold says, when you think back, you realize all the signs of girls liking you and you cringe. Yeah, the truth of the matter is, girls liked me way before I ever liked girls.
Oh my god. Well, that's pretty telling. Kind of already knew that, though. Anyway, as it pertains to his whole incident on stream, yeah? What about both of those shower videos that he did, especially the second one, and all the gyrating and nonsense that happened there? And that video never got hit. The first one was different. At least he was somewhat covered, I guess. So a really fat, hairy pig. The second time around, though, somebody should have gotten hit for that. You would think, or at least make it age restricted. I don't know. Whatever. As it pertains to Phil and his on and off relationship with women, I don't know. I still have I'm still on the fence that Panda wasn't his first true, real relationship. Just saying, to be honest with you, because he's a bit of a misfit. So I don't know. I have a hard time seeing any woman really deal with that. And even if they did, or any person in general, they probably only dealt with it for a couple of weeks. So really, they were probably more hanging out than actually dating. Anything prior to the Panda arc. And also another reason why I'd bring that up is look at how fast he married Kat. Like, he married her like ASAP. Which seems really, really odd because he showed no true want or intention of marrying Panda. But then you wifed this chick up like 2 years in, maybe? I'm not even sure if it was a full 2 years yet. And then you started to wife her up. Does that sound like someone who's had a whole lot of relationship experience? I don't think so. That's not how that works. At least not for everybody, anyway. But this is my opinion. Let's be honest. He just needed someone to keep him warm at night, and maybe the thought of John is just not. Maybe it's just not doing it anymore. I don't know.
Try to do this a little bit.
Oh god! There was a girl who like had a crush on me when I was like super young. There was a girl fucking had a crush on me. And you're right, it's weird. It's like why do girls get crushes on dudes? Like when I was a guy, all I wanted to do was play with my friends and fucking have action figures and comic books and watch cartoons and play video games. Like that's all I cared about when I was a kid. Meanwhile, girls are like, oh, I got a crush on this guy. They're talking about guys and stuff. Like, what the fuck? Why? I was never like that. A Chad. I'm a Chad. Yes, a Chad, of course.
I remember somebody saying once that you were that, but then again, I mean, you have a history of plucking young chicks out of your fan base. I suppose. Whatever. Take whatever you can get. Now, you said that you're not like that, Phil. So you got a little bit older, right? And then you were obsessed with this chick, and your head was in a bad space, and you thought you were going to end up doing something crazy. I think having a crush on someone and then obsessing about them to the point where if you couldn't get your way, you could possibly, because the implications of how he said it would give one a frame of thought that maybe he was going to do something if she had rejected him. I'm just saying. I know that's a reach, and it is a reach, but the way that whole circumstance around him explaining that came about, one could, if they wanted to, pull out that that's what his father should have did. Could have pulled out of that maybe, just maybe, if that girl wasn't the girl he was obsessed with, wouldn't have at least returned at least some of his attention, that he might have done something. He might have been willing to do something stupid. Possibly. Maybe because he was off of his meds or whatever the situation is. Just saying, just something to think about if you guys ever decide to go back and look over that. I think that was during his depression, his little depression video, by the way, if anybody's looking for it.
At this point, we're probably up to about $20 in tips, I think. But in reality, and here's the other thing, guys, and I talked about this before and I'll say it again. People who actually support me understand that when you tip $1, it doesn't really help that much, because when you tip $1, PayPal takes 30 to 40 cents out of that. So every dollar tipped, I get like 60 cents. Oh no!
I honestly think he took that from Wings, because Wings has said that too, and I remember Wings saying that longer than he has. I'm pretty confident of it, because I watched my fair share of Sean Ranklin, Lean videos, and Conway Conman, as well as a few others. And Wings has been saying that for a hot-ass minute, because people were honestly asking him, hey, if I send you $1, or if I send you $5, how much do you get? And Wings has the calculations for it like that. So I think that's where Phil actually picked it up from. Phil always knew it, but he didn't want to be petty and actually say it. I could be wrong, though. DSP News.
Oh, what a greedy bastard. So the difference here is, I want to support Phil tonight, so I'm going to, tip him. I was going to do $5 tips. I'll do a $5 tip because I know they take one fee versus, I'm just going to keep tipping $1 so Phil has to keep saying stupid shit on his stream. And I know he doesn't get much money, but I still get my shout out. You see what I mean? That's what
then raise the shout out requirement then. Aren't you the same idiot who said $1 a day? Doesn't Patreon take a cut? That's what he said, right? Yeah, so you said that $1 a day helps on Patreon, yeah? But Patreon gets their cut. No one's going to be out here working for free. So, huh? And how much was Patreon's cut? Does anybody know that? If anybody knows that, I'd love to know. Just out of curiosity's sake. Don't go out of your way to do it. But I'd like to know. Secondly, you admit that people give you $1 and you're going to say stupid shit, but at least they get their shout out. Now, are you saying that people pay you $1 to say stupid shit? Or are you saying that people pay you $1 for you to say the stupid shit so they can get their shout out? I.e., the stupid shit is the shout out. I'm reaching. I'm reaching. I'm starting to get... It's the salt in the coffee. It might be just a tad bit too much. In any case, though, he also knows that he is playing a part. Just raise the requirement for the shoutouts then. This isn't hard. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal. I don't know how much he should raise it to. Yeah, let me not give him no ideas. But yeah, just raise the requirement.
One of the most is that tonight was literally a night of most people were just here to troll, and that pisses me off.
How does it piss you off when you still profited from it?
Streams we have really fun streams to black out. They haven't been like this. Oh my god, dude, just shut up. Just shut up and stop whining. Oh.
This is hilarious. A financial expert tipped me $1, so you can tell it's someone who's legitimate and cares about me, right? And says, if you sold 10%...
Why do they have to care about you? They're there for the content. Why does everybody who comes into DarkSidePhil's life have to have like an emotional attachment to him that they're willing to give up all their time, all of their money, expel or expend all of their talents to see him prosper? Makes no sense. That's sociopathic thinking for sure. Textbook narcissism. Holy crap.
The stuff in your house, you'd be debt free. You are a moron!
Why am I toxic? More toxic, more toxic.
I'd love to know what it is that people think I have sitting around my house. As you know, my closet of jewels, right? I have my closet of platinum jewelry that just sits in the closet. Right there, I have my house
too. And I think I've talked about this before, but I'll try to keep this slightly brief as we go into this nonsense. His parents must have been really shitty parents, or his father was super tough on him. I'm not sure which, and because I feel like his parents weren't. I don't think he had shitty parents. I think they either ignored him or they overindulged him, or they definitely ignored the shit out of him and then just then they spoiled him just to keep his mouth shut. Not sure about that. I'm not thinking about that further. But I feel like he used to get shitted on as a kid. And I'd like to say that the majority of that came from his parents. I'm sure kids on the block did it too, but I'm confident of that. I'm sure he's gotten that toilet treatment more than a few times at school. Well, explains why his hair is the way it is. But I feel like his parents shitted on him on the regular. At least one of them did. They must have called him names on a regular basis. The reason why is look at how he conducts every little thing that he doesn't like. I mean, it's bad enough that he treats it as an annoyance, which could stem back from his parents. But certainly the way he responds to it. He's never sat there and responded to something that's stupid without an insult. There's always an insult tied to it. It's part of his nature. You go back into the FGC days, he was very selective on how he did it. He definitely did it on forums. Definitely wouldn't do that shit in person unless he wanted to get pressed. And please believe, people would press him. For sure. But he always has to tie a little insult at the end of it. Always. Always. Almost without fail. And that leads me to think that one or both of his parents used to shit on him on the regular when he did something stupid. And for him to be regimented the way he is now, it leads me to believe he did a lot of stupid shit as a kid. For sure. As he got older, he may have gotten a bit bolder about it, but at the same... Bolder? That's funny. Monday Matt reference. But, he might have been emboldened, let's say that. He might have been emboldened a little bit more as he's gotten older, but I think the insults just flew at him even more. And that might explain why he's so self-conscious about a lot of shit. A lot of petty shit at that. I'll have to look into that further.
House is old. I haven't bought anything in my house for like 5 fucking years because I couldn't afford it. What do you think I have in my house that's worth anything? Seriously, like, what are you talking about? No, really, I want to know what it is people think I have in this house that I could sell for like big money. I want to know. I seriously...
Everything, to be honest. Everything has a value to it. Your game collection, for sure. I'd be interested in that. I'd be interested in your old consoles. Just because you can't refurbish it doesn't mean other people can't. I'd definitely be willing to buy your old PC. The one that Chris and Teo built. I'd definitely take that one. I'll take that that lemon, that the Cyberpower one, that lemon $3,000 Cyberpower one you have too. I'm not giving you $3,000 for it, but I'm not even gonna give. I can't even give you $1,000 for it, but because I'm just gonna gut it anyway for parts. But I would be willing to buy that for sure. Some of his old consoles and a lot of his video game shit. The statues and everything don't mean anything to me. I don't think it means much to most people. But then again, he did have buyers for it, and he tried to screw them on the shipping. If he couldn't get the price, even after, and this is just speculation on Twitter and Kiwi Farms, even after the price that he asked for was agreed upon, he still tried to screw them over on the shipping, which makes no sense. How is it that someone who's in Colorado has to pay $100 to get something shipped from Washington State to their state? From Washington to Colorado, why should they have to pay $100 of shipping? That's retarded. I'm sorry, but that's retarded to believe that's the case. And then this idiot got mad, and then he's like, oh, I don't want to sell it anymore then. Well, fair enough. Then go back on stream and be called an e-beggar and cry broke. He doesn't want to part with anything because he's a goddamn hoarder. That's what it comes down to. The statues truly have no meaning to him, but it's not that. I think Cat was just like, get that shit out of here. It's like, we could use this space for something, get it out of there. Because think about it, why is it, that and potential baby, but why is it that he's in this mad dash to get rid of those statues? He was in a dash to get them out of there when him and Panda moved to Washington. But why is it that he needs to get it out of there so badly? And Phil says he doesn't have any money, he's not spending it on anything. Then what do you feel? Why do you feel the need to clear that space out? Why would anybody feel the need to clear a space like that out? Oh, unless you're planning on putting new stuff in there. Something to think about.
I want some answers. If anyone can answer this, if you know what these idiots say, I would love to know what you think that's around this house that I could sell for money. My used
Why
furniture...
would you care what an idiot has to say? Just saying. Like, that just seems kind of counterintuitive. Now, most people could also play the same argument. Well, come on, GCG, you make videos on an idiot. That's true. But he's an idiot that says entertaining shit. At least entertaining to me. At least slightly entertaining. But why would you ask for the opinion of people who you know that don't like you and who you know are gonna pick apart everything you have to say? Why would you even entertain that?
That's worth nothing. My used appliances that are worth nothing. My used electronics that are worth nothing.
If your used electronics aren't worth anything, throw them away. But he won't do that. All that stuff that he says he can't sell or no one really wants it, he won't throw it away. So why hold on to it? He's a fucking hoarder.
My game collection that's worth nothing.
A game collection that he doesn't even know what's in it. I think Agent Proper as well as James Lester have gone over videos about that. He has a $200 copy of Lion King. I don't know if it's for the Super NES or for the Sega. Can't remember now. But he has a $200 copy of Lion King and doesn't even know that he has it. even though it's been in one of his videos. Actually, I think it was in 2 of them.
Else that's worth than anything are the statues, which I can't find buyers for.
No, the statues are worth something because you believe they're worth something. But you won't go on eBay and sell them because they have to take a cut. And you don't want to sell them for under the market price, despite the fact that they're not brand new. They're not, most of them aren't even, most if not all of them are not even in mint condition. And who knows what you were doing with those statues before, beforehand. Now, we're not going to go into all the details, ladies and gentlemen, but he bought the majority of those, I think, before Panda showed up. So there's a lot of statues with a lot of large busts and whatnot, that are top heavy, if you will. And Phil's a bit of a shut-in. I'm gonna let you guys dwell on that nightmare on your own time.
M5 NSX tip of dollars is what I consider doing another house tour. No. I've already explained why. Reason being, back in the day, when I did house tours, basically it was just kind of me living alone. Or I'll be honest, even when I was with my ex, and I would do house tours or whatever, that was when I kind of told you guys everything about everything. You kind of knew everything about my life, and quite frankly, that wasn't good. I really didn't have anything to be private, and everyone would micro-analyze every piece of my fucking house to say, what is that? It's a coffee machine, and that's worth this much money. And what's that over there? That's worth this much money. It was crazy the shit people would fucking do. I'm not even kidding. They would pause the videos and draw arrows and shit and analyze every piece of component in my house for value and shit. It was insane. It was absolutely fucking nuts. And so, when I began my life with Cat, I said I'm not going to do that anymore.
So there's no way I'm doing a house tour. There's no way I'm revealing any kind of private shit unless it's completely 100% safe. Oh, my bathroom.
So telling us that you owed 3 years of backstage tax, telling us that, excuse me, that you're planning on defaulting on your condo in Connecticut, you telling us that you moved some chick that you met online who you barely knew from across the country, which is really just in the Midwest, to your state was okay. What? I don't know. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, to be honest. You putting a picture of her out there on Instagram, knowing that people were going to find that shit, that makes... What? That was safe too? Huh? I don't understand how any of this works. Which leads to one of the... another pervasive theory that he's purposely trying to keep Kat offline, which is just making her more and more restless. We'll go ahead and indulge in that another day. But yeah, he just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's amazing how he was able to get this far in life thinking like that. It's really silly shit.
Water, of course.
My old games are worth
Also,
nothing.
and on top of the fact that him being a hoarder, right? It's not just that. Because Phil, and this is kind of goes back to the Wolverine action figure, but probably even further than that. Because Phil didn't have the nicest things when he was a kid, he tends to cling on to funny. Anyway, he tends to cling on to a lot of the stuff that he currently has. Even if he doesn't feel a use for it, he won't get rid of it because it's his. He bought it. It's his, and no one else gets to have it. Like I said, the statues were, if I had to guess, after he got his air quotes uses out of them, make of that what you will. He's willing to get rid of those because he's been told to get rid of those. Everything else, though, he's not willing to part with, which is really, really weird behavior for someone who allegedly owes all of this money and is in dire straits and has all these overdraft fees and late fees and so on and so forth. Seems really, really weird. It's almost as if he doesn't have any real financial problems at all, and this is all just part of the larger scheme of milking the fan base because he thinks they're idiots. But he'd never do that, though. He'd never do that. But then again, he's also still on YouTube, despite the fact that he complains about YouTube all the time and calls it an archive and says that it doesn't really make him much money. And with that being said, he doesn't even talk about YouTube when he gets paid by YouTube anymore, despite the fact that he keeps bitching and complaining about the ads being bad or not as profitable. Strange. I'm reaching, though. I'm reaching.
Right now, I could sell my whole old game collection. I wouldn't even make $500. My statues, if I could sell my statues for what they're actually worth, no lie, I would make thousands of dollars. But no one's
willing. No, you wouldn't, because one, you didn't take care of them. First off. That's like me trying to go ahead. That's like me cutting you up, Phil, and trying to pass you off as premium bacon. I can't do it because you didn't take care of yourself. So you're just that fatty type of bacon. Why do you think I have to get creative with this shit? There's a reason why I make candied bacon and spicy bacon and things like that. Because I have to try to utilize your fat content in a better way than if I had, I don't know, premium bacon. There's a reason for this. Anyway. There's a reason for this. Jesus Christ, you gotta read the room. You gotta understand how the meta works. Your statues aren't worth anything. The majority of them are damaged. That instantly kills its value. Now, because you have something that's damaged, Phil, and since you like the pig-splain and everything, let me try to explain this to you. Because you have statues that are damaged, that are not in good condition, most of them are just dusty, or because of the conditions of your home, and or condos, however you want to word it, they're starting to flake and chip. They're not worth they're not worth what they could be worth if they were at mint condition or straight out of the box. They're not worth those things. It's worth whatever someone's willing to pay for them. And because you can't get what you want for them is the reason why you're mad at it. And apparently, a lot of the pay piggies are smart enough to realize that too. The ones who are buying it are either A, trolls that are just laughing it up, or B, those fans that are so dedicated to you, that are so, I wouldn't go as far as calling them fanatical, but those who are so devoted to you that they have to have a piece of you. And that's kind of crazy. That's kind of funny, if anything. That want to have a piece of you so bad that those are the ones who are willing to buy it. Now, granted, like the Hulk statue is probably worth something. I don't think it's been broken. It might be one of the few pieces in his collection. I'm trying to be generous now. That is actually up to snuff. But do you see him putting that big ass statue into his car and then driving it to the post office? Then again, he doesn't have to. He could have the post office just come and pick it up from his residence. He's too scared to go outside of his own front door, though. So that's not a thing. So it's not like he doesn't have options. He just wants to do everything from his fucking love seat. And the world isn't shaped like that.
To buy them in this area, and I can't publicly list them online because I don't have any history of a sale on eBay. Plus, people would find me and troll the fuck out of me on eBay, make it so no one would legitimately bid, or they would just put so many troll bids in, it wouldn't matter. It would just fuck the whole thing up. So sadly, I have no way to sell that shit. And outside of that, that's the only thing's of value in my whole house. That's it.
Sell my burps. There you go. That's what I should do. You know what? Wait a minute. If some fucking girl on the internet could bottle her fucking bathwater and set in jars and sell it, dude, I'm fucking bottling my burps. Fuck that shit. I just had the biggest fucking brainiac idea ever. I'm selling my gas. I'm gonna fart and burp into jars and sell it. That's disgusting. Oh my god. Ah! Right? Some disgusting individual who constantly is doing terrible things, right? I'm fucking rich. I figured it out. That's my thing. My gas, my amazing amount of gas is one of my selling points. I could just do that, dude.
I hear footsteps.
Here we go. Here's someone tipping saying something absolutely disgusting. He's like, what the fuck, dude? Oh my god.
Sounds like
now, we're supposed to be streaming, yeah? We're supposed to be playing this, and yet we're in, like, full cam girl posing right here. Completely off the, hand off the hooves, off the controller and everything. Just hamming it up, quite literally. Wow.
Someone's setting up shop next to me.
Supply drop incoming.
Someone did just set up shop right next to me. Well, now he's gonna know I'm in here, right? Because people are saying the sensor makes it that you can see someone. So he's gonna know I'm here even if I don't move. Is that true? If that's the case, the sensor's incredibly broken.
How's the sensor broken when that's its function? That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to weed out campers. Holy shit. Wait. You're in the middle of a firefight with an opponent that you can't see, and you think it's a good idea to heal up, despite the fact that the guy is outside the door. On top of that, you don't know how many other enemies are on the way to your location either. And you thought it was a good idea to heal up without even properly being behind that door. Not even the door. Being behind that wall in the hinge to actually do so. You really thought that was a smart move? Holy shit.
Oh, he had a shotgun. Yep, so the sensors, bro, I'm serious, I've played this.
No, fuck that. He deserved that death. He really did. He deserved that death. He has no battle prowess at all. He deserved that shit. He deserved it. He was better off when those doors got blasted off. He was better off jumping through that door. Yeah, he was better off jumping through that door, immediately aiming for his right and spraying and praying, and probably would have gotten better results. All he did was tell his opponent, okay, he's too scared to come out, and I know exactly where he is, because where else was he going to go? Especially since the guy was holding a shotgun, his kill field was a lot wider than Phil's was going to be. And Phil doesn't have precision shooting. Doesn't even have novel shooting, to be honest. So he was just going to get... Fuck that. He was just going to get murked either way. That guy had him completely played out. He fucked himself psychologically, and the guy ended up just taking advantage of it. Jesus Christ, Phil.
December, I never knew... Or not December, October. And I never knew that the sensor lets you see someone when they're not moving. How does that even make any sense?
Because you don't try anything. You want to sit there and play the same shit over and over and over again. Does anybody remember when he first started playing Blackout? He immediately was like, what's the best gun? What's the best gun? What's the best gun? And then he stuck with the same gun for weeks. Wouldn't even try any other guns. He only wanted that weapon because he thought it was good. And then he got murked out over the span of like a weekend by a bunch of people who were playing with a new weapon, and then he switched to that. And then he switched over to another one that he thought was overpowered. And he just kept doing it over and over and over again. He wasn't willing to test anything else out.
It's a fucking motion sensor, but somehow it sees someone when they're not moving.
Salty, salty tears, whining, complaining.
Like I said, the more I play this game, the more I hate it. I'm seriously, like, even though I still play it to hang out with you guys, I just don't like it anymore. I think, like, I've just lost my interest in a game that's so shitty. It's so unrealistic, it's so stupid. Alright, well, I would like to say thanks to everyone who did come and hang out with me tonight, who was legit. You know, a lot of trolls came to just be dickheads to me, and, you know, it is what it is. I guess that's what's happening with these streams of Blackout. If we keep going like this, I might not do them anymore. I'll be honest, like, I like streams where if I'm gonna play a game, I'm enjoying the game, but I'm also chilling with you guys. Or, you know, it's more of a positive vibe. And right now, what I got tonight was the opposite experience of what I like to get from a chill stream. So I'll give you an example. The MLB streams, I don't like the game that much, but if we have a cool night of interaction and fun, I don't mind it. Tonight was like the game I don't really like that much. It was kind of frustrating, and I had a bunch of people just basically jabbing me constantly, annoying me. So it wasn't a very good fun stream for me, you know what I mean?
But isn't that being dishonest? You're going to sit there and keep playing a game that you don't like, but you're going to keep doing it because people keep throwing money at you. But isn't that being dishonest? Isn't that the same dishonesty that you've accused Ninja for when he got paid $1 million to play Apex Legends? Isn't that the same accusations that you threw at other YouTubers and other Twitch streamers who only play the hype game because it's hype and they don't really like it, this, that, and the third, and they completely screwed up their own schedules? Why you would be cared about someone else's schedule is beyond me. But they screwed up their own schedules just so they could play the hype new game, and most of them probably don't really even like it. But yet you're admitting to doing the exact same thing. So what's the difference? Oh, because you're allegedly broke and you have no choice, it's okay for you to do it, but it's not okay for anybody else to do it. Because they've already made their money. They already have their popularity. Huh? I'm sorry, this isn't the bread line and shit. No one's passing out government cheese. No one owes you anything. Especially someone who's making 6 figures.
It's not always like this, but I just think it was a really annoying stream. And quite frankly, I'm not going to keep doing it if this is what they're going to turn out to be all the time. So we'll see what happens moving forward. I'm not giving up on Blackout yet, but, you know, if I
you sound like a quitter to me.
Do it again, and there's another stream that's just like this, and basically it's not very chill, and instead it's just a bunch of people being dicks, I'm probably not going to do this stream anymore.
People who make it all about the entire reason that I'm here today is because I need to get a certain amount of subs. You know, I'm not going to do this in the game until someone cheers. That's ridiculous. That's pretty much to the point of his extortion. I'm not going to even enjoy games and put out a quality stream for you until you pay me. That's ridiculous. Okay? I completely disagree with that. It's not about the money. It's not. I'm not here to take a paycheck.
Alright, and Cal talking completely out of their ass. Says, oh, but when contributions are low, you switch games. I've never done that ever. When have I ever, in the middle of a stream, said, well, contributions are low, let's...
You have done that, actually. You've done that before. You haven't done it lately, though. Because you took a lot of shit over it the first couple times. But you have done it.
Games. And now you're permanently banned. But what's weird is I do other games...
And why would you permanently ban somebody for a lie? Like, if it wasn't true, why don't you just do what your normal MO, call them an idiot, and be like, oh, you're timed out, if you will. Why just go ahead and ban them outright? Especially if you say it's a blatant lie. It's almost like that. It's almost like those guys who said you were going to get married, and then you came back and revealed you got married, and then they all got banned. So, amazing how that happened.
You know, that are chill streams, and like, for example, Dragon Quest Builders 2, or Minecraft, those things are still going really well. So it's not like I'm giving up on chill, it's just that tonight was just a chore. Because I was waiting, gee, when are we going to actually get an interesting conversation where someone asks me something fun, and we talk about stuff for a while, we go back and forth. That didn't happen at all tonight. It was just, here's a jab, here's a jab, here's a jab, here's a jab, and hiding it behind dollar chips to pretend like they're contributing.
Now, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this guy's what, 36, 37 years old? And this is what we're complaining about. A 37-year-old man is crying about being jabbed by a bunch of kids over dollar fucking donations. I'm sorry, 60-cent donations. That he begs for so he can allegedly keep his house and keep his way of life.
Yeah, it was just a fucking major pain in the ass. Here we are, it says, oh, it says I got $20 of tips, I probably got 10, you know.
Everything's got to be about making the almighty dollar.
And for what? For me to just get beat up for 2 hours? It wasn't fun. Just being honest, it wasn't.
Get good, bitch. Get good. No one has to sit there and feel bad because you suck at a game.
So let's see what happens. I'll probably do another blackout stream next week at some point, and we'll see how it goes, and we'll judge from that if I keep doing it or not. Okay? Alright, guys, so that is it for tonight's blackout stream. For those who were here just to hang out and have fun, I do thank you. Or if you watch this on YouTube afterward, I thank you as well. Okay, guys?
I am growing on Twitch, actually. I've been growing pretty consistently, especially when there's new game release content and the like.
Actually, he's not. He's not growing at all. He's actually been in a slump, and he has been for like a while now.
Things have been going really well here on Twitch. Numbers-wise, financially, the streams have been great this year. In fact, I made more money again on Twitch this year than I did before. Last year was a really good year. This year was even better. I was supposed to be making money all this week. I made no money. I made zero, okay? Like, zero on Twitch. Half the stream is them begging for money anyway. Half the stream is them playing fucking, oh, donate to this, Patreon this, subs this, money, money, money. I'll play a sound every once in a time someone donates. Here comes a shout out. Because that's what Twitch TV is fucking.
He completely retconned this whole situation here too. Like, he said this doesn't exist. Or he didn't mean it the way it came out. People misinterpreted it. It's funny how that happens.
Calm. And after all of this, I'll tell you right now, I am fucking glad. I am so fucking glad that I am not on Twitch TV anymore. I am so happy that I chose
now, keep in mind, because I'm going to eventually go over that on another channel, but the reason why he actually left was over the bitrate. That's the reason why he got pushed out. Well, he didn't get pushed out. He pushed himself out the door, basically. And hence the reason why he started Patreon. To cover up the money that he was losing on Twitch.
Leave that business when I did. Twitch loves me and my streams. Twitch is the future. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money. Blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone.
Indeed it is, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed it is. Okay, so that's where we're at with that. Funny stuff. Like I said, he needs to just kind of do away with the, he needs to go ahead and just do away with the whole situation in itself, to be honest. I think he's not doing himself any favors by keeping it up there. But, I mean, at the end of the day, he has to kind of come to terms with that more than anything else. He's kind of just limping along, if you will. and he's not making any strides to better himself or the content. And if you're not willing to fix yourself, then more often than not, the content's going to suffer either which way. So that's the general consensus on that. As it pertains to no money, there won't be any fun time or chill streams. I mean, who said it was fun anyway? The real fun that comes out of any of that is Phil getting money. That's the only thing he cares about. He perks up very, very easily when large amounts of money come in, especially if they roll in consistently. You know what I mean? His attitude immediately perks up. Well, then that makes you a whore. I'm sorry, Phil, but that's what... Well, I'm not sorry, but that's what that makes you. That makes you a whore. You don't care about anything else except for the money that's coming your way. I've seen that type of ruthlessness with strippers. Strippers are ruthless. They are ruthless when it comes to their bread. So, this is no different. When it comes to their money, that's the bottom line. They're the ones who are really good at entertaining. You're not even there. They don't even see you. They just visualize the amount of money that you're going to toss. So, Phil is no different. So he fits right into the whole e-thought lifestyle, or, well, I was going to say frame of mind, but really it's a lifestyle. Lifestyle that goes on over there. He's up there with, what's her name? With Pink Sparkles, as it pertains to greed. I'd put him up there, right up there with her, to be honest with you. If he had Pokimane, if either one of those two had Pokimane's drive, I would put them a little bit higher. Don't get me wrong, Pokimane's a thought too, but at least she's got drive. At least she's got ambition. You know what I mean? Neither one of them have that. Meaning Pink Sparkles and Phil here. But that is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. I very much appreciate it. And I'll see you guys for the next broadcast whenever that decides to rear its head. Hopefully sooner than later. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. Oh yes! A GTG network production. Sorry about that. Saw that salt. From the for the Snort Report, I am your host / anchor GTG, and I'm signing off. Take care of yourselves, guys. Hope your week goes well. End the broadcast. Like the chill streams are even worth anything at this point. Good God.